in me that the best way to start is to find a mindset coach, but not just an average mindset coach. Like find one of the best mindset coaches in the world to kick this off. And we have her right here. All right. She comes from Texas. She is a mindset coach. She's a life coach. She's an author. So I'm going to send it out to kick it off to my good friend, Cassandra Terry.
Thank you so much, Eric. I am so glad to be here. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. It can be the case if you believe it to be so. So tell yourself right now what a wonderful day today is going to be, how great today is going to be, and watch the greatness, the happiness, the joy pop up in your life all over the place because you've purposed it in your mind. So when Eric talks about mindset, when he talks about limiting beliefs, I feel like he just pitched, the perfect pitch right down the line for me to take a swing at. So I was so excited when I saw today's topic because our mindset, I'm wearing the shirt, our mindset is where we need to begin because Eric is 100% correct. Everybody, me, you, whoever it is that you admire, who you're looking up to, who seems to have it all together, we all still struggle with some sort of limiting belief. And when we realize that assurance gives us the power that we need to surpass those limiting beliefs and keep going forward and getting to what we are destined to be and who we're destined to be. Our limiting beliefs hold us back and they keep us from the growth and from us realizing that full potential that's within us. So we're going to use the word grow today, and I'm going to give you 4 quick tips that you can use to move beyond those limiting beliefs. Starting with the G in grow is gather your thoughts. Spend some time with the voice within. What are the things, the automatic messages that are playing in your head? How do you know? When you are having a difficulty, things are not going the way they should or the way you expected. You find yourself in a place that you would categorize as a failure. What are the thoughts that are going through your head right then, right there? Is it, oh, this didn't go the way I thought, so I better see what I should do differently? What adjustment should I make? What can I learn from this? Or is it, you never get anything right? I don't even know why I tried this. I knew I couldn't do it. Those are limiting beliefs that are up right underneath the surface, and they're in control of how you show up in the world and the things that you'll try versus the things that you just let pass by. Those opportunities that pass by because of some fear or some limitation. The only way to know what's really there is to go within and gather those thoughts. And then you have to use that R and reframe them, reframe the narrative, rewrite those negative messages, face them head on. The mistake that we often make is when we see something or feel or experience something negative in our lives, we want to push it down. We want to look the other way, pretend that it never happened. You have to look that thing in the eye, square up your shoulders, and talk right back to it. Yes, I do. I do a lot of things right. I have done so way more things right than I have wrong at this point in my life, and I'm capable of so much more. I'm not going to give in to that negativity in this moment because I know I'm better than this. I know that I'm going to learn from this situation, and it's going to help me in achieving the goals that I have set for myself. So reframe any negative message as soon as it comes back. Talk right back to it. Be the crazy person talking to themselves. Those people know a thing or two. Be that crazy person. Talk right back to those negative thoughts until you've arrested them and you've freed yourself from them so that you can continue to move forward and you can continue to grow. The O is to observe success. Spend some time quietly visualizing those things coming into your life the way you would like to see your life go. Spend time remembering the things that you've accomplished already and allow them to build your self-confidence and your resilience. I promise you, you've accomplished way more than not. But we have a tendency to focus on the things that we didn't do well and use those as limiting beliefs instead of highlighting where we've won, highlighting the things that have gone our way, and using that as self-confidence and resilience builders. So just switch your focus a little bit. I've done so many things right. So I know that I can master this as well. You have to know it if you want to grow it. And then lastly is to work incrementally. Take small, actionable steps day in and day out. It's not the big win, the swinging for the fence, that home run that we dream about. Those happen in life, absolutely. But if you really want to grow, it's those base hits again and again and again that keeps you in the game, that keeps you progressing, and it actually builds up your skills. When you actually do hit that home run, it's because of all the base hits that you've hit leading up to that moment. It's that propel stage. So, Eric, I'm going to stop there. That is my time. So, guys, remember, grow, gather your thoughts, reframe your narrative, observe your success, and work incrementally. And you will grow beyond your limits. You will have the life that you desire, but you're going to get there one great step at a time. Back to you, Eric.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. What a great way to kick off this show and a great way to kick off our week. Thank you very much. I love your baseball analogies. Just makes everybody be able to, picture it. Thank you so much. All right. So we are going to, oh, by the way, if you're on right now, I want you to take the link and send it to 2 people. Okay. Don't be selfish. Send it to 2 people. Let somebody else gain from what you're gaining from today. Okay. You can change their whole week if you do that. You can even change their life if they hear something that changes everything, right? So share this with other people. We appreciate you guys. All right. So our next speaker, we're going to go from Texas and we're going to go all the way to California, where it is 4 in the morning, 4:09 in the morning, and she gets up early to give us so much value. So we want to take a pen, take a piece of paper, something to write down what she has to say. And by the way, do you know there is something called money mindset? All right, because she's the money lady. There's something called money mindset. In my sales coaching, the first thing I talk about, actually not the first thing, but the first week, I talk about money mindset, right? So Leah Garcia is a financial strategist. She helps people make money, invest money, just do what they need to do to be able to move themselves forward, move their life forward and their business. All right. So I'm going to go over. Oh, by the way, she's a black belt. She's a black belt in karate, which shows you that she is very disciplined and you don't want to mess with her. All right. You don't want to mess with her. So I'm going to go all the way to California. Let's hear from Miss Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. We love you and we respect you and admire you so much. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, and I'm here to help you earn your black belt in financial literacy. My crusade is to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so that you can build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth. I love this topic. I can listen to Cassandra all day long, and my intention is to be of service and to drop some golden nuggets on you today. So, how do we break those limiting beliefs? You know what? We don't have to believe everything we think. Sometimes we just listen to those negative beliefs and we believe them. Right? So when we start to have those thoughts that are not serving us, we can just release them. We can let them go. We can start changing those beliefs by start writing them down. Instead of thinking about, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, I'm never going to have enough money. You know what? Money does grow on trees because trees are paper and money's made out of paper, right? So it's not just, it's just about us reframing those words. And number 2 is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Listen, I heard this story of someone getting a call from their boss to go into the office. And then suddenly they start thinking, oh gosh, my boss is calling me in. I'm going to lose my job. And if I lose my job, I can't pay my bills. And if I can't pay my bills, I'm going to be homeless. And if I'm homeless, my life is over. Suddenly something happens and you've taken yourself down this whole diatribe into this rabbit hole, and you have created something that doesn't even happen. Maybe that call from your boss is to give you a raise. Maybe they're going to give you promotion. Most of the things that happen that we traumatize ourselves with haven't even happened to us. So instead of listening to ourselves, start talking to ourselves. We can change the way when things happen, we can change the way those things, what they mean to us. And even if you did lose your job, maybe that's an opportunity for you to find something better. Maybe God has something better for you. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to start really working on your side hustle or to create a business. In every adversity, there's a seed of a benefit if we look for it. And number three is have an escape plan. When those beliefs start to happen, because they will, we all have those limiting beliefs. They can come to us just out of the ether in an instant. Have a plan in advance of what you're going to do, how you're going to interrupt those patterns. What are you going to say to yourself? Maybe you go and take a walk. Maybe you go and you get a hot cup of coffee. Do something different to interrupt those patterns and stop listening and believing everything that we think. And the last tip I will tell you is there's always another level. Wherever you are, there's always another level for you, and it is there for you. Everything you want is on the other side of your comfort level. So that's my time. I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric F., King of Collaboration.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for those words of wisdom. You are definitely the financial queen. All right, you know exactly, what you're talking about when it comes to finances, when it comes to mindset regarding finances, and we appreciate you. All right, so appreciate everybody that's on today. I see Alexis here. Candice, welcome to the call. I see Gloria Tinu, welcome. Conchita, thank you for being here. Chim, good to see you. Charito, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Good to see you. Cora from across the pond is here. Arcana is here. Eric is here. Eric Darby, welcome. And I just want to welcome everybody from, we are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Some people are on Facebook. I believe Cassandra's on Facebook. Like, we are all over. We are all over. But we want to share this with more people. All right. So we're going to keep going. And the next speaker will actually be me. I just realized I'm speaking next. All right. I can't introduce myself. I'm the host. All right. So I just want to share a short message with you, give you 3 points that can help you with this topic. 3 points that you write down, internalize, and implement today. All right. So the first thing is self-reflection. I said at the beginning that everybody has some limiting beliefs, right? Sometimes we think that, oh, it's just me. It's like, oh, she's so confident. She doesn't have any limiting beliefs. We all do. I don't care who you are. You can be a pauper or a president. I don't care who you are. You have some limiting beliefs. All right. So self-reflection is important because you have to look back at your life and see what is holding you back. Right. When I coach people on sales, and the first week of my 6-week program, we talk about this because some people, they have, maybe their professor said something to them 20 years ago. And because of that, they think they're stupid, right? Maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's an uncle, maybe it's even their parents. Some parents, they're like that, right? Some parents, they tell their kid they're stupid, they're dumb, they're all of that. And they start to believe it. Right. So, you have to look back and say, what is it that someone has told me or that I've heard that's making me feel that I can't do something or I can't accomplish something. All right. That's very important. Yesterday was Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers. My sons, they gave me presents, right? They give me presents, but they don't make money. So the presents are like cheap, but to me, they're huge. Right. They go to Walmart and they buy me something. Right. And I always tell them that I'm proud of you, that you're smart. You did a great job, because I want that to be feeding into their mind every day as they grow older and they're making these big decisions. They're like, man, I'm smart. I'm brilliant. Right. Right. So that, so those things that we think about, that we hear, affects our life. I had a client who told me that she can't make more than $50,000 a year. And I said, why do you say that? She said, because nobody in my family has ever made more than $50,000 a year. My parents, my uncle, my aunts. And she was in an industry where people make like 200 or 300,000. So we had to work on that before we talked about sales, right? We had to work on that and change that mindset. And within 6 months, she made over 6 figures because something changed, right? That's very important. All right. So number 2, you have to reframe your limiting belief. Reframe it, right? So if you say, I'm horrible at sales, change that. Say, I'm getting better at sales, right? Um, no matter what it is. For me, I used to say I'm not a techie. Right before I got online, I'll tell people I'm not a techie. I can't do that online thing. I'm not a techie, and that stopped me until someone said, "You don't have to be a techie to learn this stuff." And by the way, you can even hire somebody. Really? So I changed my mindset. I don't say that anymore. I say I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to figure this thing out, right? So it's what you say to yourself makes it, has a big impact. Reframe your beliefs. Just say something different. I'm getting better. Say something different, all right? All right. And then the last one is take action. Take action, right? Seek the support of the people you need. Get around the right people. Associate with the right people. When I was going to write my book, I didn't know how to write a book. I joined a group of people that write books. There are best-selling authors, right? New York Times best-selling authors in this group. All these people write books. I'm like, oh, writing a book is not that hard, right? It changed my perspective. It changed my mindset, right? So get around the people that can help you to change that limiting beliefs so you can achieve your maximum potential in life. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, everybody. Thanks for listening. Now we are going to, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we are going to go to our next speaker. So now I'm in Virginia, but we're going all the way to the UK, to the UK, to my good friend who makes people famous. That's right. Do you want to become famous in your business? You need to talk to this guy. He made me famous on LinkedIn, and now he's making me famous on other platforms because we're all here. Probably because I met him on LinkedIn. You know what I mean? So yeah, so he helps people become famous. He's a marketing genius. So we can't wait to hear what you have to say. Any Usong, the floor is yours.
You're too kind, my friend. Thank you so much. It's brilliant to be back here again with all of you. Look, this is obviously Cassandra's topic, and everyone has said the same thing. Reframing is the key, right? But let me go back a bit and say now, what are limiting beliefs? I mean, they're just part of life, right? Like, my solution is just banish them. But Cassandra would tell me there's a reason why we have them. Work with them. So I mean, the first thing you have to do is try and understand what a limiting belief really is. So when you're doing something new, it's natural that you're gonna feel fear. You're gonna be not sure what to do. Those are limiting beliefs. The key thing for me, don't let those stop you doing what you have to do. If you feel fear, face it. Embrace the fear because it's something new. See, but what you can't do is believe that you can't do it. That's the limiting part of the belief, right? If you tell yourself you can't do it, like you just said, Eric, then guess what happens, my friends? You can't do it. Strange that. If you say I can't, you can't. If you say you can, I bet you will. So this is what we're saying. We'll say reframe. Now look at it the other way and truly believe that you can. Everyone here started in one day in whatever we do. And on that day, we thought, oh, am I sure? Of course I'm sure. I'm good enough. I've done many things, that's been said. Of course I can do it. And look, let's be honest, my friends. That journey from novice to someone who can do, it's a journey. Prepare to learn, prepare to fail, prepare to learn some more. That's just life, right? You see, again, again, I know from talking to Cassandra, look, once you get over the I can't do it, that feeling, and you actually do, you create a new reality, a new belief that I can do it. See, look at that, I've done it. Next time, you're much more forward to it than where you are today. You're not going to start with I can't do it. So you'll be like, okay, I can do it. Maybe I can do it better this time. That's how we all improve in everything we do, right? In terms of how we move forward, my friends, I've got maybe 4 simple strategies. It starts with develop extraordinary self-belief. Love yourself enough to say, I am a superstar. I'm just a superstar, full stop, right? I can do anything. And you really can. You have to have that true belief about you, right? Know in the back of your mind, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to work at this. And then take action. As you're taking action, look, celebrate your successes. When it goes right, make a note of it. Now, I've got something called a wins book. Write down what's gone right. That way, next time you feel the fear of, oh, I can't do it, look at your wins book and you see the examples. You see many times you've succeeded. It really is that simple. And then literally, practice affirmations. Give yourself the gratitude every day of being who you are and of being as capable as you are. Now, with all of that, you're moving yourself forwards each time. Now, that's how you overcome limiting beliefs, really. So in all the areas of life, this is part of just what we've all been there. So truly embrace it, celebrate yourself, and go do. Go learn, go do, my friends. Eric, I'll leave it there.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Nike says, just do it. Just do it, and it's interesting that when you decide to do something, the longer you take to start, the more the doubts creeps into your head. That's why I do things right away, because I know if I wait, I'll convince myself it's not going to work. Or somebody will convince me it's not gonna work. Right? Because people are quick to tell you can't do that. All right, so let's keep going. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate you. Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of people joining in. Colleen, welcome. Paulette, welcome. Cordelia, welcome. My goodness, so many people coming in. We appreciate all of you. Put your questions in the comments here. Your questions, because we are going to address your questions. Okay, things that you're thinking about, just don't hesitate. There's no dumb question, right? Just put the question in there and let us address it. All right, so now we are going to go from UK. Now we're going to go to West Africa. We're going to go to specifically Nigeria to hear from a gentleman who is known all over the world for being positive. All right, he is known as Mr. Positivity. People actually pay him to help them become positive. All right. He has a huge following on LinkedIn, so you want to go check that out. And again, he actually needs no introduction. And the ladies say his voice is sexy, so you may want to listen in for that. If nothing else. All right. So my good friend Zion Anaguru, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's always a privilege to have you introduce me. And I want to say a big thank you to my amazing speakers, Cassandra, Leah, and Mr. Eni, for already giving us some nugget and some wisdom this morning. And then a special shout out to everyone listening to us from all over the world. I want to say thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so much. It's a very beautiful topic today, talking about how to overcome limiting beliefs. And I usually come from a place of positivity, because one thing I believe is in positivity, there is always endless possibilities for you. And I'm giving you 2 positive tips to use in overcoming self-limiting belief. And the first tip is picture your future. Now, if there's one thing that has helped me overcome self-limiting belief, is the ability for me to picture the future. Yes, picture your success, picture your greatness, picture where you want to get to. There's a popular saying, you have to picture the future you want to feature in. And it's very simple. So if you want to overcome self-limiting.
Okay, looks like we lost him for a second, but I know he will be back.
StreamYard has been freaky. It kicked me out. You're back, Zion.
Nothing can stop us. Yeah, we are unstoppable. Go ahead, Zion.
Yes, as I was saying, you have to picture the future you want to feature in. It's very, very important. So for you to overcome self-limiting belief, picture your success, picture your greatness. Do not wait till when you are great before you picture yourself being great. No. Do not wait till when you are successful before you picture yourself being successful. Picture yourself that you are there already. Because when challenges come, you are not seeing the challenges in the picture. What you are seeing is the greatness that awaits you. So when the challenges come, you are not moved by it because you know where you're going to. You already have a picture of the future in your mind. So I encourage you this morning, if you have not created a picture of your future yet, start creating it now, because it's going to motivate you. It's going to be a driving force. It's going to be like a fire for you to keep pushing on. So if there's one way to overcome self-limiting belief, start picturing your future, picture your greatness, picture your awesomeness, picture how amazing you are. And I tell you, it's going to be a light to your path. And second thing for me, I use in overcoming self-limiting belief is repetition of positive self-affirmation. You don't just affirm, you have to consistently repeat it. I've come to a point in my life that every day I tell myself I'm a positive person. I don't care who you are coming to me and tell me I'm a negative person. It doesn't have anything to do with me because I know who I am. For you, you might be struggling with the thought that you are not good enough. Every day, consistently tell yourself that you are good enough. And it comes in your subconsciousness that anywhere you go, no matter what happens, you are always telling yourself that you are good enough. So consistently say those positive affirmations to yourself. Do not keep quiet. For some persons, they only call themselves a winner only when they make profits. You only call yourself a success only when the business deal went well. Even though the business deal do not go well or you do not make profit, you are already a success. So keep telling yourself, I'm a success. In the raining days, I'm a success. In the sunny days, I'm a success. When I don't feel like it, I'm a success. When I feel like it, I'm a success. And I tell you, it becomes your reality because you have to keep saying the things you want to see in your life. If it has really helped me so far that where I want to be in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm already saying it today because I know that it's just a matter of time. So the first tip is picture the future you want to feature in. Have it in your mind. Create a picture of your greatness. Create a picture of your future. And secondly, consistently affirm yourself with those positive words. Nobody can affirm you. You are the only one that can affirm yourself. You have to keep saying those words. Don't be silent. When challenges come, tell yourself, I'm an overcomer. I'm good enough. I'm a success. I can make it. I can overcome. I'm the best person. I'm the most positive person on earth. And I tell you, in no time, you will start seeing those words becoming your reality. I hope those 2 tips have helped you this morning. And I encourage you, stay motivated, stay fired up, because in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. Thank you so much for listening. I yield the mic over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much, Zion. We appreciate you as always. Great points that we can all use. All right. So now we are going to get to questions. Oh, by the way, Zion talked about affirmations. I believe strongly in affirmations. There's an affirmation that I recite every day. It's on my site, actually. If you go to successwitheric.com, click on about, you'll see my affirmations, right? And you can change it up, you can tweak it, but that's what I say every day, right? All right, so now we are going to go to questions. By the way, folks, what I'd recommend is when you put a question in there, start with the word question. Right? I know. I believe Coral does that, right? She says question, and then say the question, because then I'm able to see it faster that that's a question. All right. So we're going to start with this question for the group, and this is by Alexis Skoloff James. All right. What has been your greatest personal challenge in overcoming limiting beliefs, and what did you do that helped to change that belief or beliefs, and how did it make? How did it take? How long did it take to reframe your thoughts? How long did it take to reframe your thoughts? All right. So who would like to speak to that? Oh, yeah. So we're going to go with Annie and then Cassandra. Go ahead, Annie.
Right. I think that for me, my biggest issue in business has always been price of my service. The one that many people go through, right? I just couldn't bring myself mentally to raise my price. When I started in business years ago, say 10 years ago, My mission, my dream was to make my service available to the not to the poor man, and that to average person is why I saw it, right? Electrician, the plumber, the small man. That's why I exist in my mind. So I use that as my excuse to keep my prices low. Even when I was going bankrupt, I was still using that same crazy mentality, right? Can't raise my price because I'm here to help the small man. The small man can't afford what I do. I can't raise my price. You see, I say all that because we all do this, right? And the reality for me was that this wasn't about price. This was about me, my personal beliefs, my limiting beliefs, my beliefs that if I raise my price, they will leave. Then what? I'll lose all my customers overnight. No one's gonna want to hire me. So I truly had to work on my self confidence. I had to work in the sense that I got a coach, mindset coach, and I had to work on my self confidence day after day after day. It's taken a lot. It's taken a couple of years to get this far to realize it's me and what I believe about myself really that counts. So that's what it's. I've had to look at myself and say, right, do I love myself? Do I truly believe in myself? Do I give people value? If I have to believe all those things and the affirmations Zion just mentioned, it's key. I'm worth what I'm paid because I deliver value. End of. The price is what it is. Don't want me? Don't pay it. Pay it. I'll work with you and show you the value that I give everyone. That's my journey.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate that. Cassandra, go ahead.
Sure. So for me, I've been in the high tech industry for for over 24 years, and those first few years were mentally exhausting because I didn't believe that I belonged. I didn't look around. I didn't see people who looked like me, sounded like me, come from where I came from, and I built up a narrative of not enough in my head. And I took that narrative and I placed it on everybody in that environment. I assumed when I walked into a room, they were thinking the things that I was thinking. And all the evidence pointed in another direction. I was welcomed, I was being promoted, I was giving opportunities, but what I was looking for was for that other shoe to fall, was for things to go wrong, for them to figure out that I didn't know nearly as much as they thought I did. And I had this narrative playing in my head for a few years that was just holding me back. And the how I knew, I began to understand that it was me when someone introduced me to limiting beliefs and talked to me about, what was going on in my head when they heard me say something about myself. And they reflected that back to me. And it was such a powerful moment that I'll never forget it. And then I had to go inside and I had to ask myself, what do I really believe about me? Who am I? What am I capable of? And as I started to go through that process of assessing my own thoughts, I also began to ask myself about the value that I was bringing. I can't do what Eric does, what Zion does, what Leah does, what Annie does. But I still have the value that I bring that completes the set. I don't want to be the best. I don't want to outdo any. I want to outdo my former self. And what does that mean? How do I go about doing that? And when I started placing the focus on my value instead of unfairly analyzing myself against other people, then the door started to open up mentally. And I started to see how I fit into a world that was already inviting me in. It was me that was holding me back more than the external circumstances. So I had to get a hold of that voice within. And since then, my career has skyrocketed, my relationships have deepened, and I've had a much better experience. Though those years have gone by so fast. And I have the change in my mindset to thank for that more than anything. And that's why I do what I do.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Because the voice within wins. Have you ever heard that,
Absolutely.
Cassandra?
I've heard that a time or two. It's brilliant.
We're listening. We listen to you, Cassandra. I listen. All right. Leah, did you put up your hand?
I did, and I was gonna absolutely say that the voice within wins. For me, one of the biggest limiting beliefs is I have to work hard for money. I have to work hard for money. I have to work hard for money. And so what I did was I flipped it. Money comes easily and frequently. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. It's not what we say, what we think, right? We can reframe and rescript our story. Stop listening to ourselves and start talking to ourselves. And how quickly can it happen? In an instant. We can change in an instant, but we resist it. Right? We start listening to ourselves. So that was a great question. Thank you so much, Eric. I hand it back to you.
No problem. No problem. All right. Anybody else on this? If not, we'll go to the next question. All right. Let's go to the next question. All right. So Paulette says, I have accomplished a lot in my life. However, when your mentor, I guess, does not believe in you, how do you remain coachable to the process? That's a good one. All right. So Cassandra, then Leah. Cassandra, go ahead.
So, first of all, Paulette, thank you for this question. And there may be other people that struggle with the same sort of thing, but a mentor who does not believe in you cannot be your mentor. So, first of all, that's not your mentor. That's someone that's piling on and expanding those limiting beliefs. So, I would encourage you first to find another mentor. But remember that mentor is there from a expertise standpoint. Whatever it is that person has that you want to expand in your life, maybe it's in your insurance business or whatever it is, they're farther along so they can teach you that process. That's great. That's teaching you additional skills. But your real mentor, the person that's really going to move you from point A to Z, is you. So you go inside, you believe in you, you find your value, and you lead from that point. If you're leading from a place of strength, a place of self-confidence, a place of I can, others will get in line. They're going to believe you. Those that don't are not designed to be in your space. That's not your people. That's not who you should be spending your time with. Our environment is very, very important. And if you're not in an environment that's uplifting, that's inspiring, that's motivating, that yes, they hold you accountable, but they do it from a place of love. They do it from a place of, I want to see you win. Not believing in you is not an option for somebody who's in your space that you're connected to and you're taking with you on whatever journey that you're in. So X that mentor out of your life and find somebody who deserves to be with you on this journey.
Wow, excellent advice. Wow. I I agree 100% with what you just said. Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, that was so good, Cassandra. You are so on point. So if you want to go somewhere, find somebody who's on the road back. That mentor probably hasn't accomplished what you think they've accomplished. Maybe they're coming from their own limiting beliefs. They're listening to their own garbage. A lot of times, when we start to pull or we start to see let's say negative things in other people, it's really a reflection of what we're seeing in ourselves. So you're probably bringing up something to the surface that mentor doesn't want to see in themselves. And I agree. Fire that mentor right now, today, not tomorrow, today, and find somebody who is absolutely going to help you get to that next level. You probably have outgrown that mentor. And that's one of the hardest, most difficult things. I've had that happen. And believe me, it is painful. It is excruciating. But what do? We're going to that next level. You thank them for what they've done for you. You're grateful for the experience. You honor them for what they've taught you. And now get yourself to that next level. So great question. Thank you, Eric, for the opportunity to.
Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Great points. Go ahead, Danny.
I totally agree. Fire the mentor, get someone else who's more believing in you. But I would say this, my friends, from personal experience. Be honest with yourself. Truly, so you're not going to be. Success doesn't come by deluding ourselves. It's all right to push past limiting beliefs, but we have to be brutally honest with ourselves and say, right, what do I need to improve? What do I need to learn? And make that adjustment. Your mentor may be wrong, totally. They said they're wrong for trying to put you down in the first place. So let's accept that. That's not the point, right? If there's a technical issue or a deeper personal issue that they've picked on, that's why they say you're uncoachable. Ask yourself, is that really me? Is that true? If it's true, address the issue for your sake. You can't just move forward blindly. If that issue is still there, maybe you can. But I'm saying, ask yourself, is there an issue I need to resolve? If there is, resolve that. Tackle the issue, and then get another mentor anyway. And show the first one that you can do it, as you always knew you could.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jenny. Great point. Let me just address this real quick. There's a lady that I look up to. She's very successful online. She's been online for a long time. And I came up with an idea because some of you saw that I do studio events. So I spoke in a studio and people loved it. And I decided, I want to bring other speakers on. So now, obviously, I pay a lot for the studio. So I decided, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring on speakers and I'm going to give them a platform. I'm going to help them boost their credibility and authority. Okay. But I'm not just going to stop there. I'm going to give them sales coaching. I'm going to add that to it, but I'm not just going to stop there. I'm going to give them footage of all their videos. I'm going to give them all their pictures. I'll hire professional photographers and videographers. And then I'm going to put them in a luxury hotel and golf course. And it's just going to be an incredible event. And I called it the VIP experience. And then I told someone I look up to, and she said, speakers will never pay to be on your stage because speakers want to be paid to speak. That's what she said. She said, they're not going to pay that because they want to be paid to speak. Why would they come on there? I said, oh, okay. Every single person that has spoken on my stage has paid me. Not only have they paid me, they all gave me testimonials unsolicited. And they still thank me. Someone just sent me a pen. This is it. You probably can't see, but it says Eric, the exceptional networker. And then it says compassionate closer. You probably can't see it. Someone sent me this last week. One of my people that spoke on my stage. And this lady said, it won't work. She said it won't work. Not only that, but the speakers, if you're connected with me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see I do ads. All my ads are of those speakers that spoke on my stage. They're still getting business from speaking on my stage. So if I listened to that lady, not only would I not be able to bless these people, but I would not even have this business that I have now of helping speakers to build their credibility and authority. So I hope that answers your question, right? It's not all coaches you want to listen to. Right? You want to find somebody else that believes in what you're doing, and don't just kill your dream. I could have just killed it right there. Oh, she said it. I have to find something else to do. No. If you believe in it, find someone that supports you. Period. All right. So let's keep going. We have other questions here. Another question here from Coral. It says, what advice would you give to someone who feels overwhelmed by their limiting beliefs and doesn't know where to start? They're overwhelmed and they don't even know where to start. Cassandra, go ahead.
I try not to be the first one every time, but you guys are in my space, in the place where I get so excited. So first of all, we have to help them change that narrative. The first thing I would say to them is congratulations. The fact that you are aware that you have some limiting beliefs puts you back in the driver's seat. It gives you control. It gives you the opportunity to do the work to get beyond them and no longer allow them to limit you. So which one shows up most for you? Which one do you feel like is holding you back the most? Let's start there. And let's just talk through it. Let's reframe it. And then we're going to just work on just that one until you feel more comfortable. And then we'll come back and we'll pick up the next one. So you go back to that working in small actionable steps. When we're overwhelmed, it's because we're trying to eat the entire elephant when just one bite will do. So we help them to bring it down to size, to find that first bite and to nibble on it until it's good and gone. And then we prepare to take the next bite. But make it a celebration first. Just the fact that you're aware, you are so far ahead of the average person. You're positioning yourself to win, and we're going to win one step at a time. So that's how I would manage that if someone came to me with that question or that concern.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Leah, go ahead.
We love it when you go first, Cassandra.
Yes.
So for me, sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. When this happens to me, I do a brain dump. Write down all the things that you feel that you need to do, and then identify what Cassandra alluded to, that one thing. And it's probably the thing you don't want to do. It's probably the thing you most say, I know I should do this, but I'm going to do this first, right? All those busy things first. And you identify that one thing, and then you take massive action. Listen, I did not want to be on video. I did not want to do any of these podcasts. I was trying to post pictures, repost other people's things. Eric said, you need to get on video. And apparently I'm up at 4:00 in the morning. Well, 2:30 in the morning now. And here I am on video. It was the thing I was resisting. So that's probably what is the same for you. So hand it back to you, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Annie.
Again, I think there's a lot in that to unpick, right? I think as Leah mentioned, what we say becomes what we are, right? I'm overwhelmed. Sows the seeds of to stop you in the first place, right? Tell yourself you're lucky to get to do this, and you can do this. Breathe. Take it easy. Slow down a bit, like you say, Leah. Slow down a bit, right? Now, I would say, look, focus on your goal. What's the goal you want to achieve? What's your why? Now, once you know the goal, then you can do what, as Leah says, take the first step and the second step. That's all you can do. One by one, you get nearer to the goal. If you know why you want to do it, then that will likely help you through the hard times, the times when you have to learn more or when things are not going right. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just take it as, I'm going to do this. These are the steps I'm going to follow. Crack on. Still one step at a time. Don't feel like, I got to do it. Oh, no, I'm overwhelmed. You're not going to get anywhere that way. And you will be overwhelmed when you say you are.
Yes.
And I get to enjoy I get to enjoy doing this. That's more different way of looking at the situation. Same situation, different reframe.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the word overwhelm is overwhelming. So stop using it. I don't use that word. That word is so overwhelming, right? I don't say that. I say things like, I have a lot to do, so I'm going to do it one by one. And then I just say, I'm going to do these 3 first. And then I'm going to do these 2. Like, right? Don't even use that word. All right. So we are wrapping up right now. So this is the last question. And I want, as you address the question, also let everybody know how they can reach you. Okay. Some people right now, they can't wait to connect with you, to pick up your ebook, to join your challenge, to work with you. So I'll start. So like I said earlier, I run studio events and I have one coming up in August, and I'm looking for 3 more speakers. So if you want to boost your credibility and your authority, speak on studio like Anthony Robbins and Lisa Nichols and all these people you see. They're the top 1% in the industry, top 1%, right? You have to separate yourself from the masses. All right. So go to studiospeaking.com. If you can put that in there, call, I appreciate it. Studiospeaking.com. You will actually see footage of past speakers. So you'll see what they do. You'll hear from them. And then you'll see pictures of what we've done in the past. All right. You want to stand out, and I can help you get there. And like I said, I promote you all the way up to the event and after the event. Okay, studiospeaking.com, book a call there and let's chat. All right. So let's talk about this. What has been your biggest challenge in helping clients overcome their limiting beliefs, and how do you address them? Who would like to share? Go ahead, Cassandra.
All right. So I think the biggest challenge, Leah hit on it when she talked about resistance. Sometimes your clients will come to you and they're expecting you to be a quick fix. And then as they're discovering the opportunities to change and to take action, they don't do it. They resist it, and they're looking for you to just fix me, fix whatever is going on. And it's a process, it's a journey, and it's going to take the individual working through the things that are coming up and actually implementing those steps. Our resistance, within the resistance is where our real growth goes. There's fear, there's all these things that are underneath that resistance. So pushing through that is really where you're going to find the growth that you're looking for. So I'm Cassandra Terry, mindset coach. You guys can find me on all the socials. The event that I have coming up this weekend is a virtual goal setting workshop and vision board party. You can register for that at findyourvision.today. It kicks off at 2 p.m. on the 22nd, which is Saturday, 2 p.m. Central. I hope you guys join us there.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We are going to Leah. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, great question. So people who come to me, it's a volunteer army, right? They come to me voluntarily. I'm not going to hold them hostage, right? So if they resist, sometimes actually they'll fire me. They'll decide that they're not going to move forward. And that's totally okay. Because the things that we have to do, if we truly do want to build that legacy, we truly do want to create that generational, multi-generational wealth, is going to be uncomfortable. But it's that exchange principle. Either it's worth it to you to make that exchange or it isn't. So what I do is, I'm going to tell them the actionable steps with my wall of wealth. And sometimes they decide that it's just not for them. And that's totally okay. So that's all I can do is show them the path, and then it's up to them to take that action. So my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. You can find me on all the socials. LinkedIn is probably my biggest platform. And also, I'd love to share with you my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, and my one-page financial plan. Hand it back to you, Eric.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Leah. And we're going to go to Annie.
So now, beautifully shares now. Cassandra being a limiting beliefs coach, that's why this is totally your bag, right? And we defer to Cassandra, so we should. Look, my friends, for clients who come to me with limiting beliefs, I guess the thing is that limiting beliefs is not a straightforward, any I can't do. No, it's not any I'm scared of. It's normally wrapped, as we said earlier, it's wrapped up in other things. It's wrapped up in my mission is, and my goal is no. So trying to almost work out what exactly you're trying to achieve and how we're going to achieve it. So if we can't get that clarity, there's normally a limiting beliefs there somewhere, right? So I think the first thing is just be, it's about being honest with ourselves. That's why I encourage my clients to look at this seriously. You may think this is someone else's problem. You may think it's green when it's actually black, right? I'm saying, right, face the truth, address the issue. The issue is your belief about you and your business. Let's face that issue. If they don't want to face it, what can you do? Of course, we could show them examples of people who have addressed the issue and moved themselves forward. That's probably the best thing I can do for my clients. If in the end they don't, I can't sell people who do average, who do okay, let alone those who don't create anything useful really. So we have to address the issue. If you're going to create something that people really need, and deliver a service that's truly valuable for people, I can't work with you. I can't sell you if you don't work. So, face the truth. Let's make some changes. Let's get your business and you on the right mindset right now and the right road to success. If we can do that, then we'll work at it. If we can't, I tell you, missed opportunity for both of us, right?
How can they reach you?
You can find me on LinkedIn, my friends. LinkedIn is my home. LinkedIn is where I spend nearly all my time, really. Okay. So connect with me on there, my friends.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As we wrap up, I want to thank everybody. By the way, you can reach me, Eric F. King, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, especially LinkedIn though. And then studiospeaking.com. By the way, if you know a speaker and you want to see them on my stage, you think they'd be great, then let me know and I'll reach out to them. I'll reach out to them. Okay. All right. So I want to thank a few people. Conchita, thank you so much. She does the summary of our speakers, of what they talk about. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Marcia. Yes, to answer your question, yes, that was one of my mentors that told me that it won't work. That nobody would pay me for that. I'm like, okay, thank you for your advice. But you see, because I have the right mindset, right? So it didn't matter what she said, right? Because that's why mindset's so important, right? Yeah. So welcome. Let's see who else. Micah Music. Yes, a great gospel singer. Olu, she is here. Welcome. Good to see you. All right. So appreciate everybody being on today. We are going to wrap up. I like to finish on time, right before the hour, because I know people have things to do. So I hope you got a great dose today of some motivation, something you can actually take home and use, right? By the way, share this video because it's all recorded, right? So go on YouTube, send the recording to people, let them watch it. On LinkedIn, it's still there, right? Share this so people can see it. And we will see all of you back here on Monday morning, next Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right? As always, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with you today. Bye-bye, everybody.